Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Cornercade Tuesday night chillin' chat. Let's go, moving and grooving, squatting, speaking, rocking and rolling, walking and talking. We are here back live and in the building, guys. We got iconic to talk about AtGames and BuyStuffArcades, plus whatever you guys want to throw into the mix tonight. It's going to be a packed show. I have media assets all at the bottom, ready to rock, ready to roll. We got videos, images, screen sharing, my God, you name it, guys. This is the Let's Go show, so let's effing go. Let me scroll all the way at the top, guys. Me is the first one in the house, CornerCade crew channel member. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by and leaving a comment. He says, so if I have a buy an arcade and then add a tech protector or a cover, missing characters, add those back in, a new board, doubling the price, ugh, and trust me, there's a lot of frustration there. Trust me, we're going to talk about that because BuyStuff has an option, but is it really the option that you're looking for? They have a lot of cool things to offer, and we're going to break that down here tonight. Vic Vicious, one of my channel moderators in the building, dude. Thank you, man, for being here as always. I'm just sitting here wondering when the iconic wave is available on Amazon and when exactly the WrestleFest Supremes will launch. You and me both, kid. I mean, I already secured paid in full my Alpha 2 cabinet from Iconic Arcade, but I would like to know where this WrestleFest Supreme is. Also, guys, I got that itch again. I stopped at Sam's Club today. All I saw was the Buck Hunter because they're closing out the ALUs. They are getting rid of them on the show floor, on their store floor. Why? Well, because the TMNT pinball from AtGames is coming, guys. Less than, what, like a week away from that or so? So I was thinking, hey, maybe I can get one on a clearance deal or something. There were clearance deals. There was a deal $439 for one of them, but I'm thinking that maybe these are the display units and the $550 price still remains that you can buy these online for. But maybe you guys can sprinkle in some advice. I know we've been down this road before, and I want to know is I feel like you should have at least one multi-cade, right? And most of the people that I know have it and they love it. But are there drawbacks to it? Is it not all good? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know. Let your voices be heard. Calvin Wong, CornerCade crew channel member. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. And before we can even get this party started, we're going to let one rip. Let's go, baby. My boy Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, coming in hot with a $4.99 super chat. Shit, am I early again? You were early last week, and let's fucking go, baby. Thank you so much, Ezekiel, for supporting the channel as always. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I made a super chat goal, guys. We got 5 on the board. Well, now we got 4 left, and I'm gonna count that one because Zeke slid in early with that before I could even set this show up. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Super Fat Hobbit is in the house. CornerCade crew channel member. A deck protector and a coin door would be a welcome, nice addition. But I don't need 150 other games to get the roster back. 100. I agree. There's twofold on that. Some people like that. Just give me WrestleFest and Superstars and I'm good. Like, I don't need Acrobatic Dogfight. I don't even need the dodgeball game, right? I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of that, like, I've gotten to that point where I just kind of play the marquee game now and I move the drill, right? I don't know. It's just me, though. We could talk about that, though. We can talk about that tonight. I barely have enough time to cycle through. It's exactly before I can finish it. It's the same thing. Yes, there are some go-tos, and we're gonna. Speaking of VPN, we're gonna talk about AtGames tonight for sure, guys. We got a packed show. Considering that there's like never really a lot. I feel like there's always news week to week, right? It's just, you know, you can't get enough, right? Billy Woods, raise your Arnie's, baby, for Billy Woods in the chat. There should be that emoji for you CornerCade crew channel members. Billy Woods, you can actually use one of those Arnie emojis that I got in there. It says Arnold Palmer time. Let's effing go. That's right, baby. Let's fucking go. We are back Tuesday night, baby. We're here. Are you guys ready? This is just, it's insane. Do you guys wait for this show every Tuesday? No, I'm kidding. Julio Hernandez, always here, never misses a beat, just like the rest of you guys. Moderator of mine says CornerCade on Tuesdays should be a national holiday. Now, wouldn't that be something? There may be some people that would disagree with you, but I would say thumbs up to that one. Let's do this, baby. Awesome. Let's go. Oh, man, that's awesome. Oh, Tim York, get the electrical tape ready. I think I know what you're talking about, man. We're gonna break that down. I got plenty of pictures to share, guys. I had to do a lot of show prep for this one. There's some times where I don't have any media things to bring up on screen, and then there's some times where the show's so packed that I ran out of room. StreamYard's got to fix that. I can only have 10 at a time. Make that 20. Let's go, man. Vic Vicious. I personally don't need a. Let's see. Use another one of those. 150 extra games. I just want the proper WrestleFest game coin door. I think maybe because it costs so much, maybe they're trying to add some more value. We'll talk about that, guys, because this mod can get very pricey. I mean, all the way up to $500. So I mean, at that point, I'd rather just have another cabinet, but that's me. But we will talk about it because it's an option and it's a very important one. And BuyStuff added some really cool things in there as well. Sir Sega is in the house. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Billy Woods is in the chat, blowing it up. Garage Gamer is here, sliding on in. What's up, guys? Guys, if you haven't already, please give this video a like. We got close to 40 people. We need one more. We got 40 in the house on a Tuesday. I know we're starting here. We're just starting off. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Elvira too, because well, I digress. Let's start the show, baby. AtGames, right off the top, guys. AtGames coming in hot with the opening topic. I don't have a cool, like, you know, transition, but we could just do maybe this. Yeah. Or maybe like chat. Actually, you know what I should say? AtGames, keep the price at $5. Everything's going up in this world, so why not pinball packs, right? So if you guys are an AtGames on the email subscriber list here, you guys saw this, and they're just informing me about some updates, guys. And so let's just take it off at the top, guys. First, as of October 17th, all Legends 4K pinball packs and subscription services for worldwide device on purchase through App Store X. This will be streamlining the process for greater convenience and more efficient buying experience. So instead of going online, getting the code, transferring it to your machine, you're just going directly to the machine. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't like to keep my credit card on file for things. Totally understand with that. Guys, how do you feel about this? I keep my credit card on file. I monitor the bank account like a hawk. So, you know, between my wife and I, it's not really an issue. Except for when my wife likes to get a little spending happy. Don't tell her I said that. But I don't mind it, because I've always purchased the tables right off of the machine itself. Makes it easy. Couple clicks, install, you're done, right? Chat, let me know how you feel about that. The bigger news with this here is as of November 14th, prices for Zen Studio pinball packs on App Store X will increase. And they even give you a little nudge. If you're looking to add a pack or two, buy them now. A little upsetting. I asked, actually, let me see real quick. I reached out to AtGames to see what the price would be. And let me just double check here live and see if I got a response back. Oh, I got a big response back. Okay. Okay, can't share anything. We don't have anything. So maybe they'll get back to me on that. I'm thinking, what if they're $5, maybe they go to 10. If they're $10, maybe they go to 15. Could I be wrong? My pinball pals in the chat, can you shed some light on that? Disappointing, because I'm already like they're getting expensive, man. Like I wish these things could go on sale. You know, like all the other like AtGames originals, you know, Zachariah tables. It would be nice, right? Because I'm really only interested in the Zen. That's the bread and butter for me, right? For me, and everybody's different. RTX, those guys, Mad Ben Hodge, a lot of love. Those guys will play anything, right? They love all the tables, right? But for me, I really got to capture that like retro nostalgia. For me to get really interested in it, I got to play a Zen table. It's just what I had the connection to. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Like Elvira tables, I haven't gotten them yet. I mean, both of them, they're $30 total. I mean, they're gonna go up, right? God, can you imagine $25 for a pack? I'm gonna ask a stupid question, but should I get them now before it's too late? Right? Is it kind of like a stupid question? Is there one better than the other? Am I gonna play both equally? Are these on the equal level of like a Monster Bash, Medieval Madness, Theater of Magic? Let me know, guys. Let me know. So I thought I'd share this little AtGames update with you. I did a post on this as well. And speaking of posts, I have a poll going on in the chat. So go ahead and vote for a little bit later discussion in the building. Let me get your guys' thoughts. Let me scroll up. Whoa, James is in the building. I thought you deleted this channel, James. I don't think so. I think we're still here. I believe so. Yes, we are. We are live, baby. Let's go. Billy Woods, is this the first you're hearing about this? He says, "What's this price increase? This is like the 4th or 5th increase, greedy, and it might not be AtGames doing this. It might be like the Zen, right? Because listen, the whole goes deeper than just AtGames, right? You know, you got to look at like how much are these tables priced on Pinball FX or some of the other ways to play them. Right now, I don't play them really any other way but my AtGames. That's what I like the most. I like that feel. I like that look. I think the VR is cool. VR is cool. Like when you put a headset on, you can get that 3-dimensional depth. It's fun to like come into, I don't know, maybe twice a month, right? And just mess around for a couple minutes. It's cool to see it initially, but where I love to play it is on the AtGames, right? I don't like wearing a headset all the time. I do enough headset wearing in VR playing golf. I don't need to do any more playing pinball. I like to come up to the table, play something else, come in, out. I don't want to keep undoing a headset. Plus, when I got my kids and I have a VR headset, it's just everybody wants to take a turn, right? And that makes sense. But there's only one headset, so you can only do so much. So for me, the best way to play it is just on the AtGames. So Tim York says, I never had a problem with the on-machine purchase. Yeah, neither have I. They've been pretty simple, and so that wasn't a big issue for me. I think the biggest one is the price increase, right? I think that's the biggest one. Billy Woods, you're not too wrong. Like, I'm already on that fence, and I know it sounds crazy, guys. You're like, Danny, it's $5 a table, but I'm like I don't buy them all. You know, let me ask you this: is it better to get like that whitewater pack for 15, where I can get 3 different tables, or should I just go Elvira and get the 1 table for 15? That's another question that I have. Like, I want to try to get the most bang for my buck. Have the best tables that I can possibly have on the machine. I don't need 700 tables. I'd rather have, 10 banger titles than 700 tables to choose from of just randomness, right? You're watching me on the PS5. Thumper Squid, thank you so much for stopping by. Are you going to be able to moderate, though, on a PS5? Got to use that controller, Speaking of PS5, you guys know the Burger King, those chicken nuggets with the fangs? Well, my son said it was a PS5 controller. He's like, look at the controller. I'm like, for 3, you are very, very smart. I'll just say that. They were having a blast at Costco, by the way. Billy Woods, thank you so much. Not Costco, it was Sam's Club we went to when we went to go check for the ALU that was in stock, which I still need to answer on chat. So just if you own an ALU, let me know positives, pros, and cons to that one. Billy Woods says, go Scared Stiff over Party Monsters. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Scared Stiff, that's an easy one to remember, right? Stupid Vab says, AtGames increasing Zen prices. Looks like Star Wars and Marvel on their way, which could mean the reason. I don't know. I don't know the specific reason. I was trying to get an answer. They can't really share that answer with me at this time. So, but I at least want to know the price increase, but I guess I'm in the dark just like everybody else, and we'll know November 14th, 2 weeks from now, we will get more insight on. But yeah, I guess buy the tables now, right? If you're on the fence, just get them now. Because we knew this price increase was coming. We just didn't know when it was going to get here, right? And now we have us like that. So at least they gave us a heads up, right? I think a lot of people would have been pissed if they just sprung this up the next day, right? At least they're giving you enough advance notice, 1 paycheck, 2 weeks, to say, okay, if you want to pick up some tables, this is going to go up. So now's the time to buy, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Israel Gaming's in the house. I missed 15 minutes of the CornerCade. you can just rewind it. It's okay. You're just getting in. We're just starting. It's just me, like, just rocking and rolling, moving and grooving in the beginning, and then we play like we play the super chat sounders, and we play the sound effects and the board and all that jazz. Like, here, I'll play it for you. Like, unbeatable. And you know what? B Kirby's got you covered for the other one. There you go. Do you feel caught up, Israel? Do you feel caught up? Let me know. Big Herbie, thank you so much for sliding on through with the mafia emoji. This is one Chicago guy you don't want to mess with. Coming in hot with a $10 super chat. Sorry I couldn't join you tonight. Next week, still working. No problem, man. He had a bunch of sewer floodage. B Kirby wants to come on and do an extra special monster giveaway for the community. And he did that on a couple shows before, and he's ready to rock and roll again. So kudos to Big B Kirby. Shout outs to him. You guys are all awesome in the chat. I mean, literally, that's why you're here, right? So we'll have some fun next week with B Kirby, and we'll give some stuff away and have some fun. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Steve Sale is in the house. Thank you so much, man, for stopping on by. Mike Hawkers is in the building. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I love it. Okay, Billy Woods Mod says the older releases are better and cheaper on Pinball FX and Pinball FX3. Well, why is that then? Is AtGames just like, what's going on then? So this is AtGames doing the price increase? That kind of sucks. Oh, that's a bummer, because that's my go-to. That's where I like to play it, you know? I paid $15 for Star Trek Next Generation, so $15 for a great Elvira table with the cleavage on the back glass. Oh, yeah. I guess you're not wrong, because, you know, when I first started out, you guys were crazy. Tony C, a whole bunch of people. Like, when we first got the pinball, you guys were throwing gift cards our way to get tables, and, dude, I can't be any more appreciative. You guys are just absolutely just blowing my mind every week. But I bought some of those tables and I'm like, man, you know, playing them now, I wish, like, you know, you're right. They are $15. Like, you know, I bought the Back to the Future. Like, it was a Universal pack. And they had E.T. on there. So you buy all these packs and you're like, I don't really play them as much than like the other tables that have come out, but I got a lot of good ones too. I got like Attack from Mars, Monster Bash. Like, we had fun in Adam's Family. Like, those were $15. Adam's Family was $15. I probably, like, Adam's Family is cool, but and I never played Scared Stiff, but from word on the street is Scared Stiff is probably better than Adam's Family, right? So is $15 that crazy? Probably not, right? So I'll probably pick these up before the price increase. I haven't gotten, there's a few tables that I haven't gotten, like Party Zone. I haven't gotten the Whitewater pack. I'll have to check. Obviously the Elvira tables that just came out. I'm gonna see, like, if I should get really anything before this big purge of price increase happens, because I want to obviously save money. But, you know, I got the Black Rose was the last table I bought. And I bought that recently for $5. It's a good table. I like that one. I like the theming and the music to that. It's really cool. PB&J is in the building. I bought one on PC, Scared Stiff, just doing OTG on AtGames, HD, $10. $10, not too bad. Not too bad for $10. You know, it's $5 less. But, you know, you get what you get. Jason, thank you so much, man, for being here. AW is in the building. Let's go, man. All right, we are caught up. We are almost caught up, because I got to throw it back. Vic Vicious, channel moderator, thank you so much, man. $10 super chat. Coming in hot, baby. Says Danny, go get that SpongeBob claw machine for the kids. You're not wrong. There's a lot of things kind of just like trickling up here. So found out on somebody posted a video on Facebook. I forgot, but the theme song is not SpongeBob SquarePants or anything. It's like more like Carnival Circus. So it is different from the first claw machine. So I will be keeping my eyes. I checked Marketplace for like used claw machines. I had a chance to get one for $350, but it was somewhere in Illinois and I needed a little assistance with that. So we couldn't pull that off. The guy wanted it gone so bad. I was like, man, that's my chance. $350 is a good deal. SpongeBob is $600. So you really gotta weigh this, because, you know, we're gonna get plushies for that and duckies and stuff to put in there, right? And I'll probably need a riser booster at some point. I digress, but that is something that's on my radar. So a couple things just real quick. And Vic Fisher, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. You always know I'm very, very appreciative towards it. So ALU kind of popped back in. You know, we had all these delays, right? I thought WrestleFest was coming, like all these cool things were coming, and really it's just Alpha 2 right now has been bought and paid for. That's all that's coming right now is a Street Fighter Alpha 2, which at the end of the day, that's going to be like my LeBron James, Michael Jordan of my arcade. I mean, you got the Pac-Man XL, which is a solid banger, but you know, I'm more of the 90s kind of guy. You got the pinball machine, AtGames 4KP, solid thing, played every day. Killer Instinct Pro, which is just awesome, right? That was the jump to all of this XL stuff. And now, you know, coming in the Alpha 2, and the Alpha 2 to me is going to be the best thing I'll probably own, you know, next to those kind of thing. That'll be number one, right? That might be the very cab that, like, if I ever have to part with my collection, that's the one I keep for the rest of my life, right? Until it dies. So we were gonna get all this cool stuff, but it kind of just fizzled out. So I replay, look at the playbook, and before the story gets too long, Claw Machine is on there because, you know, I know my kids are gonna like that. Claw Machine, ALU, maybe we'll see, because I feel like you gotta have a multicade. WrestleFest Supreme. Those are like the things right now. Then the backlog would be whatever Supremes come out next. So will we see a Star Wars Supreme? Because I will definitely get that. You know, Return of the Jedi Supreme. Will we see that Centipede Supreme that we were promised kind of thing when we saw those renders? We'll see, right? And then obviously we hear things iconic like Double Dragon. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. So there's a lot of things that are in play right now that we're just, it's like a day-to-day thing, right? It's day-to-day. Where are we at here? I can't just go get any claw. Yeah, I'm looking, dude. It's not like I'm not looking. I'm looking at ALUs too that are used. I like the new one now because it's all black. The side art is just better for a multi-cade, right? So I'm keeping my eyes posted. I'm keeping them peeled and posted. You know what I mean? Michael B, thank you so much, man, for being here. He says, is your shirt representative of your standing with the home arcade community? Third strike, baby. You're the best. Let's see. Here, I got one. I got a wrestling one for Mike B. I also didn't play this one.
Say his name and he appears.
That's right, baby. Let's go. All right, so AtGames is covered. Nobody gave me any information on the ALU, by the way, as we're chatting and rolling here. So maybe it's not really, maybe I'll just have to kind of do some digging on YouTube and look at some videos. I'm kind of like, I'm torn, right? I'm torn on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. I know there's a lot of people who have it, who love it. And then there's like some people who kind of hate it. Maybe the way it looks, I don't know, widescreen monitor and all. So let's go here. Let's get this off the stage here. Let's bring up this guy right here. So BuyStuffArcades, guys, they came out with a pretty cool mod, WrestleFest mod, to kind of help boost your WrestleFest Ultra that was just a little incomplete, right? A little incomplete. Now they do that how, right? Well, they give you the ROM right here in an Android box, right? So that's good. They kind of fix that, right? And they show you here kind of how you do it. I'll let the video talk while we're moving and grooving here. Burger Bob says the WrestleFest with the upgrade is pretty sweet. No, it's StreamYard, dude. You can do the soundboard too. It's StreamYard. It's baked into here. So here's them showing the encoder board hookups, all this fun stuff. They have an option to do all of this, right? So do you just want to do, you know, the Android box? Do you want the more games? Do you want the cooling fan on there, which I would assume it's kind of like a must, right? You don't want to mess around here, right? Do you want the deck protector? Do you want the stickers on the side art? A lot of cool things. Now, for me, I wish there was just, you know, not that I have this cabinet, right? But I could speak, be like a $50 mod just to do the 2 WrestleFest games and be done with it. Right? That's it. Right? That to me, like, that would be cool. And you saw the stickers on the side art. I think that's really cool. That's a really cool addition that they did. They add the Plexi in here, which is obviously a really cool addition. Better safe than sorry, right? There might be a Playguard surface deck on here. I don't know. I have yet to get my hands on one of these things, but I'd rather be, if I was owning this, safe than sorry, right? Because we've heard reports of rubbing issues and whatnot. So they boot this up, and this is where everybody was talking, the 150 games, right? They give you a lot of these games. Now, it's weird because, you're playing through some of these. Are they all configured for 3 buttons, right? Are they all configured to 3 buttons? Like WrestleMania here, that's a 5-button game, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Like that was like that's a 5-button game. So how is that being played right now? These are the questions that I have. Chad, help me out here. But I mean, it's cool that it's offered, but can you play the whole thing, right? 1943, 1942. So there's again, to the point here, if I'm gonna do this, I would like, look, they got the twin shooter there, Smash TV, but I don't need root beer tapper, right? I just give me the look at that RoboCop though. Come on now, how do you? Come on, would be dope to see a RoboCop XL. Holy cow! I digress, but look at this, look at these games. Just give me the WrestleFest and just give me, what is it, Die Hard or something, and just give me the WrestleFest. Oh, this is a fighter or something. Just give me WrestleFest and just give me Superstars, right? That's just fix those and I think we'll be good. So let's actually go over to their website right here, right? So that was the mod here, right? And that right there was the video that we just watched. So if you guys are interested in this or not, if one of my moderators can just throw the link to BuyStuffArcades in the chat here so people can kind of check it out for themselves. But you scroll down here, right? And you got this encoder board stuff that you're going to need. So encoder board only, or do you want to do a full gaming box? So if you do the encoder board only, you're going to need another form to play this. So PC, whatever, right? So let's say most people don't have this. So I'm going to need the full gaming box, right? Well, we're looking at $250 right out the jump. And that's just, I feel like if there was a cool option, they give you options here, but if there was just like a $50 option, right? It's just a PCB with the 2 games that you can pre-exist using the encoder board would just be golden, right? I think that would be a sweet spot for a lot of people. But right now you got to do the full game box with all the games, right? Now I say 20 wrestling games. Again, I don't know how much of those are going to be playable with the 3 buttons. Cooling fan, you're probably going to want to add one of those. I mean, let's just be honest here. These things overheat. So that's another $8. Nothing that's going to make or break, right? Your deck protector, right? That's $40. So just add that on there, right? Wrestling stickers, give or take. I mean, that's $10, right? Let's just put them on there. They're pretty cool looking. They kind of complete the caps. So you're going to have the characters in there, right? 19-inch screen, take it or leave it, right? Let's just say we upgraded to a 19-inch. It's $210, right? And I'm not going to do the risers. For me, the G.I. Joe risers is where it's at. This just kind of looks goofy, how it's like sitting in a box. I like the inline seamless riser. So let's just leave that off for right now, right? So if you just did this, guys, if we just added this to the cart, remember, riser taken away, right? We're looking at $516, right? And that's with no riser. So if you just wanted to leave, I mean, that's a lot of money, guys. that's essentially another cabinet, right? Because not because BuyStuff's fault. This is because Basic Fun kind of made an oopsie on their first go around with this, right? Even if you took the monitor out, so even if we went back and said, yeah, I don't really need that 19-inch screen. Okay, well, let's go this way then, right? So let's go calculate this into the cart. We're looking at $307. To me, $307, little bit too much, right? A little bit too much. Well, what do you guys think? Did you buy this already? Let me know in the chat, guys. Vic Vicious says, very cool mod, but I don't need all those extra games. Personally, I'll just add the wrestling games for a true dedicated multi-cade. Going south, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping by. Billy Wood said, do it all. Do it all. Dark Realm Gaming's in the house. Hey, buddy, long time no see or hear, but I hope you and your family are doing us well for a spectacular Halloween. Safe, stay, party hard. By the way, I love your shirt, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike shirt. Thank you so much, man, for popping in. Dark Realm Gaming. I know it's been a while. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go, dude. Your family too. We went, the kids, we all went trick-or-treating on Sunday. They obviously had a blast. You know, it's like we always do. They had candy for dinner, right? They didn't take anything else for an answer. So it is what it is on that front. So they had a blast, and they, it's funny. My son went as, Bowser again. He wore that last year, and we like to keep the costumes as long as they're in good shape, right? The kids' costumes nowadays are phenomenal. Back when I was a kid, like at Turtles, it was a trash bag, right? And it had turtles on the front with a plastic mask. I think it would survive more than 5 minutes. you know, but now they have all this padding and muscles and they look all cool. So they use it for dress ups. We got a whole bunch of superhero costumes like Batman, but he was going to be Spider-Man this year because my daughter was like the lady Spider-Man, the Spider-Woman. I don't know, but that's what she picked out with the hood, you know, with the white hood. You guys might know in the chat. But yeah, so he made a switch, he made a pivot, so he won his Bowser. I'm like, okay, so whatever. But it's about the kids at the end of the day, and he had fun. So yeah. Super Fab says, I don't think even sell the deck protector by itself. It's part of the package. I just buy that. Yeah, that's true. I think that's a missed opportunity. Maybe selling these things separate. So you can just, maybe if you just want to buy the stickers, right? Maybe you're an aesthetics person and you're going to get a marquee down the road somewhere else. You get the stickers and then the deck protector. I think if you did a couple of options, that would be awesome because you can kind of pick and choose and get at different times, right? Maybe people don't have the whole kit and caboodle right up front, but maybe they'll chip away and this will be their project mod cab, right? It's going to be interesting to see what the Supreme lacks or what it doesn't have. You know, can this delay maybe help them? Are they already built and they're just waiting at the docks in warehouses? Or maybe they kind of see the community feedback, make some adjustments, not saying that they're going to make adjustments to the roster, but maybe they can fix that marquee, right? Maybe the rub resistant deck strengthen it, if anything, right? Maybe they can kind of touch up some of these things before it gets kind of shipped and printed out, right? That would be dope. That would be perfect community feedback that we're giving these companies to help improve these products for sure. Billy Wood says, it sucks that Basic Fun couldn't get it right, but it's another opportunity for BuyStuff to make it right. Yeah, of course. You know, I'm a huge modding guy. I would have taken WrestleFest Ultra and just blown it out of the water. You guys, come on. Like, let's be honest here. But I'm not an Ultra kind of guy. So we're getting XLs now. So we'll see if we get the Supreme, see what kind of issues it may or may not have, and see if we need to mod it or not if we get it. Again, it's a lot of ifs in the house. So we'll see what happens. Alan is in the building. Alan Jones, like Basketball Jones, says, I need to ask some advice. Is Neo Geo with the riser and extender for 300 with 300 games worth it for $600? No, it is not. Do not get that for $600. I'll just tell you right out. I think at this point, 300, 350, 400 max. Stay somewhere in there. You'll be comfortable. Chad, am I right? We had the Neo Geo MVSX. It's cool, but there's going to be cooler stuff coming down the pipeline, and possibly Neo Geo will get this right, or another company, hint, hint, somebody else that's making XLs will get this right and do it right, right? Do it right, do it better. The form factor will be there. Games will be there. I would wait. I wouldn't go all in with that. Super Fab says, all that is great, but you're still dealing with Basic Fun button 6 and lackluster at best. You'd still have to replace those. We would definitely replace those. And become kind of like a stick snob. I'm sorry, but once I touched like better pause real quick. Once I've how do you phrase this where it doesn't sound weird? Played on? No. Once I've used, maybe. Once the Killer Instinct Pro came into the house, and I know it has the input issue, even though I can kind of course correct it on some of that. The bigger the stick, the better? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, that's like crazy to me for this, right? For this, it's all in $950. I can't do that with the WrestleFest. It's cool though. It's cool that there's an option, right? Let's at least say that, right? You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You can keep playing. I think I would still enjoy the game, even though it's kind of missing a lot of stuff. I think I would still have fun with it. Now it's a Palooza that's in the building. The A+B button fix for the counter is CornerCade is the first step towards getting the real ROMs to the original cab. Yeah, kudos to Basic Fun. They put a video out on their channel kind of walking you through what you need to do to download the update. This is where Wi-Fi would be awesome because you just have to hit update and you're good. But you got to get a laptop, connect it with a cable to the CornerCade, and then kind of update and download their firmware update to kind of fix those issues that I was having with the A+B. A+B equals C, man. B Kirby. Once you use a bigger stick, what the hell's going on here? You know, there's no going back, baby. That kind of ties into our next discussion, guys. Man, this show is rocking and a rolling. So Iconic Arcade. Let's bring this down here. Iconic Arcade came out with this video, and you guys have seen this, I am sure. But we get a chance to finally talk about it on our show. So here we go, baby. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. My 2 cents on this. Now, a lot of people have shared their concerns, their critiques, their positives, their negatives. I'm going to go down some of those as well. Maybe mine are a little bit different. Maybe mine are a little bit the same. We don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to let you guys just watch this. There's a lot of cool things, and we're going to bring up some images and some pictures. Actually, I'm going to bring up one while playing the video. Hopefully, I'll wait because I don't want it to interrupt this video. But you see these guys building it, and it's very reminiscent of an arcade 1-up, right? I mean, we've all been there. Down the block. Joe K, thank you so much, man, for sliding on in. Really do appreciate it. We've all put these things together several hundred times. So it's going to be very familiar. Now, the internals will be a little bit different. You know, it's not going to be a PCB. It's going to be like their Pi system, right? With a little bit more wiring to it, but shouldn't be anything crazy. But yeah, this is the Iconic Arcade, right? There are a lot of cool things to this. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause this guy. And we're going to bring this right up in the gate, right here, right now. So this is very reminiscent of an arcade 1-up. Am I correct? Like, look at how this is built. Same kind of thing. You're going to have the screw cap covers. So looks like we're heading in the right direction there. No real issues. No real problems. Now, this coin door here, it's a little bit different the way it's lit up. The wire in the back is a single small wire that will connect into the encoder board, PCB, action, whatever, the Pi encoder board, I would assume. And you don't have that big like arcade 1-up tank thing. Actually, let me go here. There we go. So you don't have that big kind of brick in the back, which is cool, right? There's no branding on this coin door, which is cool. Looking around, you can take it or leave it with the arcade 1-up chrome badging on there. It didn't really bother me at all, but this is cool. It looks more reminiscent of like a real cabinet, right? So no complaints here. This is all good stuff, right? So far, so good. I know this right here, these little slats, we're used to like 1 metal one. I always wanted 2 metal ones, but we're getting 2 wood ones. And I think, like, I'm not a carpenter or anything, but I think this is going to be just fine. It's going to be held together fantastic, right? So there's really no complaints here. All the wood is the traditional MDF wood that is used, on the arcade 1-ups that we've seen before. Now this year, when I first saw this, I was like, yes, from a modder's perspective, right? There's a reason why I still haven't changed out, if I really need to, the Killer Instinct Pro Marquee. I got to take apart the whole damn cab to do that. This is incredible. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh my God, huge mod potential right here. You literally just take off the top, pull it out, stick it in, that's it. Put the top back on. You can change out the bezel real easy. And then this is easy stuff to mod if you ever want to future mod this stuff. So I was really, really happy with that. Kudos to Iconic Arcade for their intuition, their know-how. They're just, maybe this is all a mistake, right? Who knows? But this is cool. I like this. So there's the top being put on. Nice flat wood piece. I always like when the wood pieces are connected because it holds the marquee in. I don't necessarily like when, they use that flimsy kind of board. Don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. Tim York says, love the overkill on those splice brackets. Lots of screws holding it together. Yeah, this thing is going to be solid, dude. Come on now. Like this is going to be solid. There's zero concerns on that. I mean, for someone who's put these together, guys, I mean, they are what they are, right? Now let me get rid of something real quick because I don't have enough space down here. Let's do this. Oh, that's nice. This is really cool. Okay, so this guy right here. Now, from a modder's perspective, I'm like, man, that's a wooden box encasing this. I hope I can get that out because if I want to swap some things out of here, this will be the first cabinet that we've had convex buttons, not concave buttons. All of my arcades, I have concave buttons. So I don't know how I feel about this. Is this more true to like what Street Fighter was, right? I'm sure there's been conversion kit after conversion kit of all this random stuff that's who knows, right? But I know these Sanwa convex buttons are more like what Japanese style buttons, so I guess it's maybe more true to the arcade. I don't know, but so this would be interesting to kind of try. It'll be kind of like a feel for it. I'm sure I won't care. I think it'll be fine, right? Should be pretty good. Hopefully they're going to be better than the arcade one up quality. Because these colors, the way the blues, the whites, the reds are, they're very reminiscent to arcade one up like coloring. Again, we're nitpicking here, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it's just an upgraded button, because the sticks are still like arcade one up sticks. And we're going to touch on that in just a second. That was kind of my like, damn, we were so close. We're right there. I'll tell you in just a second. Moving to this guy right here. The light bleed. This was a big content. When I immediately saw this, I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly that was light bleed. Now, what are you talking about? So let me bring something up here. If I do this, we can actually zoom in, which is pretty cool. So if I do this, and then let me see how I look over here. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, people. Hold on, chat. I got to re-bring this up because, StreamYard likes to be fancy. So we're just going to sit here with a blank asset screen right now. All right, here we go. Let me pop up in the corner real quick so we can really zoom in on this inning and really, really shed some light here. Okay, guys, you ready? Let's go show. We are ready to rock and ready to roll. All right, there we go. Look at this thing. I can zoom in and out. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom in. Let's go all the way in. Okay, guys, so right here, a couple things I want to note, right? I know this isn't the highest quality picture because we're zoomed in. This right here below the control panel and the plexi, there's a nice little rubber gap. Can you guys see? You probably can't see if my mouse is moving or not. But that little rubber stripping is awesome because that kind of takes that gap away from where the control panel meets the bezel. Now we have this light bleed right here in the middle. And can you guys see my mouse? Can anybody? I'm gonna go back here. Oh yeah, you guys can see it. Oh yeah, you can see my mouse. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go back. I digress. Okay, let's do this. There we go. I was all off centered here. I was all off kiltered here. I'm working in like 3 different screens right now, and I am starving. I have yet to eat dinner, which is a big bummer. That's just unbelievable. So right in here, guys, right in here, you can clearly see light bleed. I don't know what has been confirmed or what's not been confirmed. Apparently, it is light bleed. We heard it was reflection off the ceiling lights. No, you can clearly see right in here. Now, it's going to be very interesting. I personally wish they would have assembled both of these cabinets, right? I know I'm getting picky. I know there's an Alpha 2 right in the background here, right here. But show that one too. That's what I ordered. I want to see that one live and built, man. That would have been dope. See if the light bleed is still on that, because that's a black bezel as well. Now, quick and easy fix to this is obviously duct tape, right? Or whatever the case may be, right? I'm sure there are other fixes, right? But if you want to just dive deep, this might be just running like, I don't know, like an emulator, because these borders right here are very reminiscent of like a mini PC type stuff where you have all these settings. I don't want all that stuff. Get that stuff out of here. I don't want to have the ability to stretch this into a widescreen or add or take away, but like just make it 4x3. Like this should totally just be a 4x3 monitor, even though it's a 16:9 monitor. I should never have the option to do that, right? Just me personally, I don't want to have to dive into these mini PC menus that go on forever. I mean, guys, if you had a mini PC, there's literally like 100,000 options to do all this stuff. It just gets way too confusing. It's way too much. You don't want to F something up and you got to go back and fix it. And here's another thing too, these chrome like CRT faux bezels, get rid of those. So I don't know if this was like a setting that was just left on there because, again, it's that emulation kind of mini PC just already set up, ready to go. I don't like that look, so hopefully we can get rid of that because it, shrinkens the picture just a tad, maybe like a 1/4 of an inch, right? Bring that back out a little bit would be nice. But yeah, there is totally light bleed here, so hopefully AtGames will be able to adjust that, get it right for the final production unit. And if not, again, we can always black tape some of this stuff and it'll look good. You put it on the backside of that, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it would be nice, hopefully, that there's a setting now going forward that, it shrinks that up and makes it a 4x3, right? So that's my hope. And chat, I'm going to get to you guys in just a second. Because if we go over here, you can kind of see it too, that light bleed there. But this looks great. Like all the artwork, the marquee is rich. I should have brought up what the marquee looked like at CES, guys. This was completely white. Like, it was terrible looking. This is so much better. So I really want to see that Alpha 2 like in person, like in a video like this. It would be amazing, right? It would be really cool. But all this looks great. Like that play guard surface, you can see it's going to look thick. It's going to be nicely applied on there. I think this looks great. Now, obviously, this has the black trim instead of the yellow trim. Black trim looks fantastic. But the yellow trim will be on there for the final unit. And then if we go here, wait a second. What is this? Is that an arcade 1-up box? Is that a Mortal Kombat Legacy, chat? What is going on here? Did they reverse engineer this stuff? Let me pan back out here. You can see the Street Fighter panels. They're getting this thing ready to rip. But what is this guy right here? I noticed that right away. So they reverse engineered this stuff to make it exactly the same? Or is this truly the factory where these are made? Let me know your conspiracy theories in the chat. But this cabinet's going to look really, really cool. And like I said, this will be my #1 cabinet going forward, Oh, I know George was here at one point. I don't know if he's still here, but George, I didn't get to your... Here we go. George, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. My Costa Rican friend and brother from another mother. Thank you so much, man, for being here. I totally missed that one, and that's on me at the end of the day. So, chat, what do you think? What do you think? Let me catch up to you guys. Chaotic, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. He's putting together his racing rig. That is awesome. So I got my mouse here. It's kind of distracting, so we're just going to go full screen like that. Chaotic, got a new racing rig. Let's go, man. I'm glad I can entertain you while you're doing that. Maybe we'll just extend the show so Chaotic can, because I'm sure it's not, too terribly hard to build, but I'm sure there's some work, some effort that you got to put into it. Now, you guys were asking me, well, Danny, what are you talking about? The sticks, right? So let's go back to, let's bring up this image right here. Well, actually, let's stop sharing this. Let's get this on the board here. And let's go like this. Okay, so guys, when I immediately saw this, now, again, I've had some conversations with people in the back, spring tensions, right? 4-pound spring, C Marvel's in the building. He'll know all about this jazz, right? These, to me, look exactly like arcade 1-up sticks. And I do not want arcade 1-up sticks. They're this big, guys. Okay? They're this big. I need something it's got some girth to it. And Danny, what are you talking about? Like, you can clearly see it's got the screw top. I don't like that screw top. It flies off. I need stuff, guys. I need this. Okay? I need these. Okay? Hap competition, Hap ultimates. Probably competition, right? You want to stay away from the ultimates because one of those the crappy ones that we're in here. But these are the ones I want. They're way better, guys. For any of you guys that own a Killer Instinct Pro, you know what I'm talking about. It just feels different. It's better. It's just better, and you can't go back. See, Marvel, you were right from the jump, dude. Once you mod the sticks, you can't go back. And I became a stick snob, right? Just like I became a button snob. They're just better. And since these are going to be the final forms of these cabinets, since this is the last Alpha 2 cabinet I will ever buy, I want to make sure it is perfect. So hopefully I will be able to do a mod to bring in some IL sticks or Hap sticks, whatever the case may be. Bring those in. Maybe I swap out the buttons. We'll see. But that's like all I'll have to do with this cabinet. That's how cool this cabinet is. I won't have to do a complete teardown or more modifications like I would on a WrestleFest, Supreme cabinet. Which, kudos to Basic Fun. I probably wouldn't have to mod the Supreme Atari, right? It's pretty much going to be its final form, which is great. C Marvel says, dude, IL and Hap make convex buttons, and yes, they have been used in real arcades in the 90s. The buttons and sticks on the Iconic are going to be baleen buttons, so it won't matter what they look like. Cool to note. I guess I'll just know when I play it, right? You're going to want to swap them anyways. Well, we'll see. We'll see. James says, are you still in this? I can tell if a joystick is good because of the metal kick. We were going back and forth. These are the sticks, guys. If you like, these are not twist on sticks. It is one shaft. Like, when I'm talking sticks here, it's gonna, like, I can't help but laugh, right? Like, it's one shaft with a clip at the bottom, right? These are the sticks that need to be in every arcade going forward. From Iconic Arcade, and it would be great from Basic Fun, right? But I'm not going to shoot for the stars here. I think Iconic Arcade, they're just held to that more premium standard, right? Why? because of the price point, right? These things are going to be pretty decently priced. Chris Nooner's in the building. What's your Danny? Get it rain at the White Cell watching the World Series. There's a lot of autocorrect. Speaking of which, Chris Nooner, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. That World Series game last night was nuts. 18 innings. It started at 6, ended at like 12:30. That was a 6-hour game. It is nuts. 6.5 hours or so. Like, that was crazy. I think whoever won that was probably going to win the World Series. I mean, they got momentum. Heartbreaking for the Blue Jays as the Dodgers are up 2-1 on that one. But thank you for stopping by, my guy. Okay, so Chaotic says, turn off the fake bezels and the problem is solved, hopefully. So if you guys want to get back to Bezelgate, there we go. Fingers crossed. That could be very easy fix, right? Very easy fix, which I hope so, right? Like, you don't want to have to do all this stuff. This looks cool. This World Warrior cab looks cool. I really want to see that Alpha 2, guys. I really want to see what that Alpha 2 looks like built. Big Vicious says, I love that border around the monitor. It mimics the look of the old school CRT monitors. Nice touch. Yes, definitely looks good. Jay Pace is in the house. It looks freaking gorgeous. Doesn't this look cool? And it gives you hope for stuff in the future. Like, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff, man. This is awesome. That's why I'm like, do I get an ALU or should I just wait for this stuff to come out? You know, I won't have a multi-cade, but maybe I should just wait for this. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe, you know, how much are they, right? We've heard rumors and stuff like that the Star Wars yoke, you know, at cost was like $5, right? For the yoke when you bought like, I don't know, 3,000 of them, right? So how much is it really? Could they be getting a discount on these? You know, if it was a $2 difference and you take 2 times 3,000, right? Like, you know, it just raised the cabinet up $2 or something, right? Or $5, whatever the case may be. I think everybody would love that. I know I'm painting with a broad brush here. At least I would love it. Maybe I'm just being greedy, right? C Marvel says, they are Arcade 1-Up-6. Baleen just runs a monopoly on supply entry-level arcade cabinets for all of these companies. Could be, yeah, they just look like Arcade 1-Up-6. I was like, oh man, like, you got this giant cabinet with these dinky little sticks. Like, that stinks. So all in all, I think a lot of good things came from this, right? You know, getting back to this, let's go here or there we go. A lot of good things came from this, right? We got to see the construction of the build, and this is where it's getting back to the poll that's in the chat. And we can check up on that poll real quick. It says, with the new video that we're breaking down right now on Iconic Arcade's Extreme Cabinet, how do you feel? 44% say confident. 38% didn't really change my mind, and 17% are worried. So it looks like a good, 80, 90, 85% of people are cool. This is cool. This is good, which I kind of fall into that same tier level, right? Not really concerned. If you guys are concerned, let me know in the chat what your concerns are. And we kind of see if we can get some of those addressed for you. So you're not freaking out, right? So you're not freaking out. But all in all, I think this is good stuff, right? This is good stuff to have. I think it's cool that they showed us this, kind of get a little bit more. I mean, these things are coming, guys. We're almost at November. So we're like a month out, finally, right? After all the delays, we are finally a month out. This took almost a year to get to us, 11 months. It'll be in the building. B. Kirby says, I think the iconic stuff looks tight. Definitely. I'm a big fan. Another thing too, I already stopped sharing it, but if you zoom in on the control panel, I don't think those screws are recessed. I think they're resting on the play guard surface. I'm hoping that those are recessed screws because they're not rubbing your palm up against it. Would be great. If they were recessed with a screw cap cover, perfect world right there. If they're just recessed, I'll take that. But if they're not, if they're just there, that's going to kind of suck because you're rubbing your hand up against it possibly. So thank you, Naz. Look into that. Get Sanwa. JLF for fighters. I'll take a look around. See what we got, what our options are, because I'll have to pop the panel off. Hopefully it'll be a direct swap. Hopefully I won't have to take the gate from this. Hopefully I can just swap the new sticks in. I gotta have the new sticks now. And I was gonna do it for WrestleFest. I'm gonna do it for everything because it has to be. No, because there's a feel that's different. So when I hit these sticks, let's bring this there. when I hit these sticks, right, they kind of rattle a little bit. There's just something to them, like you can't mimic. Just like the buttons aren't really terrible. I don't know or think I'll replace those. I know they don't have like cherry switches on them. A lot of my arcades have, the aisle buttons and cherry switches, and I got kind of like snobby with that. They're just way better quality. It's a must, guys. If you have not swapped out your buttons, you have got to. You can get away partially with the sticks, but the buttons are a must. You're always hitting those buttons, right? Now, I'll say this, like when you do both of them, it just brings it that much closer to a real arcade, right? It just feels better playing the game. Period. To a point. to a point, you want to strive for the best. But I think this video, to me, I think, just looking at this, I think there's more good than bad out of this video. Yes, we had the light bleed, but if you can just turn that off, that's not a problem at all. Maybe Iconic Arcade hears us and they kind of make a new video showing it off on the second Alpha 2 build or something like that, or this one, right? But if you just have, if all I have to do is really replace the sticks and maybe the buttons, we'll see once I get my hands on them. Not too bad then. Not too bad. I think we have a pretty complete product, right? I think we're pretty happy with that. I know a lot of people are upset, like, having to replace the marquee possibly on our cabinet and being the WrestleFest Ultra this long into the game. It kind of we're past that, right? We're past that. So this is gonna look cool. I really want to see if Iconic Arcade can please make a video of the Alpha 2. That would just be phenomenal because it's in the background of all these videos. So they had it built at some point. Even if you just show a video of a walk around or something and hold the camera like this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. This. We need it this way. We need it horizontal, right? Horizontal is what we need. But all in all, I think this is cool stuff. And there was speed demon this build right here, about 2 minutes flat with this stuff. But we got to see some of the internals, the brackets, the wiring, like as you see here. I think Tulsa Arcades had that monitor mount, as you guys see right here. If I can just pause that. This monitor mount right here, you can kind of see it, that big wood piece. I think it was Tulsa Arcades to do like the 19-inch mod. So maybe that's where this kind of design came from. That's going to be secured. Monitor ain't going nowhere. It doesn't look like it was decased at all. So really no concerns there electric wise. Like, I don't have any concerns with this. I'm pretty pleased with what I saw, and it was really cool of Iconic to make this video. They didn't have to do that, so that was pretty cool of them to do this and to kind of just put a little bit more confidence into the buyer, right? And they have this is all set up like normal. There's a hole there because I think there's an HDMI out on this cabinet. So if you see right here in the middle, there's a hole there. I think that's where the HDMI out will come out. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll have some fun with that. Maybe we won't. We'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, I mean, this is what it is, right? This is what it is, and it's fully built. The Alpha 2 got 2 Alpha 2s in the back, along with a little arcade 1-up action back there, a little box, a little legacy Mortal Kombat box. But this is gonna be dope. This is why, guys. This is why we made the change. This is why we made the change over to XL. It was this cabinet. It was being able to have the opportunity to play Third Strike. Well, we're really lagging right now. Hold on a second. Let's bring this back to normal. Chat. I think we're lagging a little bit, but that's okay. We'll bring this down. Let's see if I can help my PC out. It's over throttling. There we go. All right. So it's a chance to play Third Strike. It's a chance to play the Alpha series, right? We've never had a chance to play that. That's why I got this, and I didn't ever think that a deluxe form of this would ever be made, and I don't think it will, right? So I made the jump. And this is where we're at now. We're finally here waiting for it. And we were able to acquire some XLs on the way from Arcade 1-Up. It really sucks that Arcade 1-Up isn't a player anymore, really, as far as the XL line goes. So maybe we'll look at their claw machine. We'll take a 2-pass on that. See what the price is. I don't want to pay full price. If I can get that thing clearanced out, can you believe it? A SpongeBob claw machine in the cornercade, $300. Who knows? Devastator Omega, thank you so much, man, for being here. Says need 2 things. Need to see how the UI works and the price when they go up on Amazon. 2 very valid points for sure, because the price is supposed to go up. So for you pre-order people who got in like myself, congratulations. We're here, we're live, and we're waiting, baby. And the UI, that would be pretty cool to just kind of cycle through the game, see how easy it is. We saw like screenshot images, but then I heard a lot of things that they were just like done up on the fly. Like that's not actually, so we need to see what this actually looks like. That would be cool. You know, if I kind of could do a video on that. Shouldn't be too hard, right? You already had it built. You could just hit the menu button and go back and cycle through. 30-second video tops, right? Yeah, God, love my sticks, baby. Let's go. Yeah, the auto, trust me, I've been there. Speaking to text on a phone is terrible. It's like it's just a bunch of hodgepodge, right? All right, Jason, it's already been mentioned officially that the bezels were turned off, they were turned on, and they will not be. So there, we got some clarification. So that would be nice. So that's cool. So yeah, I knew when I saw that right away. I said, dude, that's Lightblade. What's going on there? So I figured, okay, maybe it's something that they have a setting wrong. Now we just got to get them to turn off that like faux CRT bezel. It's just cheap. It just looks bad. Let's get that out of there. Thank you guys. I'm a little bit behind in the chat, but I'll catch up to you. I'll pull a James Hates Everything and do like a 10-minute show and then just do 50 minutes of reading the chat. Says John D confirmed today, bezel option was on. You will have an option to turn it off. Why would you have that on? Like, if you want to do like the full widescreen, like take the bezel off and customize it or something. Why would you have that? Why would you have that on, right? So it looks like we won't need to do the duct tape mod, which is good. So we can just turn that off. Super duper. Let's go, baby. James Hates Everything says the interesting thing is that it has a bezel option. Does that mean Iconic just using an on-off emulator? That's what I was kind of wondering too. Like, is this just like a standard emulator thing, or is this actually like an arcade 1-up where I can select the game? You know, you see the game in the menu. That's why a lot of people are wanting to see the UI. Man, it's got to be easy. It's got to be simplistic. My kids got to be able to use it when they want to play. I got to be able to use. It's got to be cornercade proof, all right? It's got to be easy. Like Mystery Encoder always says, if you can't do a mod that's not cornercade proof, don't do it. Darren Kang is in the building, baby. When I worked for Arcade 1-up, I had zero input on the product dev decisions, which is sad. Got to give everybody a shot at the table, okay? I've always said, throw a shot at the dart, right? If it doesn't work, then you change it, right? I've done that. We've done that a lot of times. I did that when I, worked at a lot of different places. So, and they totally agreed, right? Because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if it works within a week, try it, do it, success, right? If it doesn't, modify it, change it, come up with a new idea. I digress. That said, I never made any sense to me why the cheap buttons and sticks. Yeah, I'm still like scratching my head. So that's the thing you touch the most, right? That should be the best. I'll sacrifice side art for some buttons and sticks. How about that? Because you just smash the cabinets together, you'll see the side art. 100%. No concerns. We're just nitpicking. It looks great, right? It looks great. We're breaking this down. This is what we do. We're nerds, guys. I'm hosting a podcast show on this. Of course I'm going to break it down, right? So hopefully we can get all the answers and the right answers to you guys. So you guys can make an informative decision to whether you want to buy or don't want to buy. And trust me, I'm all in with Iconic. This is a great product. It's great. It's going to be a great product. And I can't wait to do an unboxing. I can't wait to do a review on it. And most importantly, I can't wait to have it in my arcade where I can fire this up. I'm tired, guys, of just watching Street Fighter Alpha 2, 3, Third Strike, Second Gen Impact, New Generation. I'm sick and tired of watching the gameplay on my phone. Okay, I wanna play the game. Like, I don't want to watch gameplay on my phone. I want to play it. Big Fish says, "All right, chat. My wife got me the new Arby's Thanksgiving sub. It's turkey. Okay, don't do this to me. I'm literally, my stomach is gonna suck itself in right now. I'm starving. I literally only had like a snack today. That's it. We were out and about doing stuff. I didn't have time to eat. That's a big, I'm gonna have to eat after the show." He said it's a turkey sub with stuffings. Oh, I saw this on the commercial. Crispy onions, cranberry sauce, mayo. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. Holy shit, it's delish. Well, there you go. That's Vic Vicious approved right there in the chat. You guys are gonna have to hold him to it on the next show if you try it and it stinks or if it's good. Okay, Jason's gonna be all over that for sure. That's too funny. Dre Gott, let's go. KI Pro is nice. That's what I'm saying. It's just better. Bigger is better. right? Bigger is better. C Marvel says, when I asked John D in a chat, he said that they added a bit more spacing between the sticks and buttons. So if someone wanted to add those IL half sticks, they won't have to cut out the mounting. Thank you. Goodness gracious. That's part of the reason why I haven't, subbed in. I haven't, added the sticks, to the other calves, because you got to like saw half of it off. I don't need anybody missing a finger. So I didn't like that. But it looks like there's enough space, which is great. That's awesome. That's really good news. Tim York says, doesn't the Alpha 2 have duller button colors? I know they use red, green, and blue, right? Red, green, and blue. So they'll be a little bit different from this right here. They're going to use different color buttons. Tony C, Double Dragon is going to be off the chain. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And the line says, I'm also excited to learn about the rumored Iconic store for downloadable games. Me too. I mean, I'm going to be an owner here. I want to know what's going on. So maybe we can get second gen and new generation. That's what I'm hoping for. Complete the Street Fighter anthology. But it would be cool to get a lot of cool Capcom games for sure. Dre God, thank you so much, man, for being here as always. Man, I'm really behind in the chat. I don't know what you guys did to me. I'm sorry. I'm playing catch up here like I can. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Big Kirby, help me out. Big Kirby, thank you. Thank you, man. $10 coming in hot for 10 memberships because they're 99 cents a piece. Basic math for a basic guy. 10 CornerCade crew memberships coming in hot. Thank you so much, man. Really, really do appreciate it. As always, my guy. Jay Pace, can we start speculating about Iconic when they officially announced Double Dragon? John D has already confirmed a third cab with a really big license or bug license. Let me know. Let's fucking go. We certainly can. I know a little bit behind chat, but Iconic's third cab, man. I mean, that's crazy. A lot of people are going to yell at me right now. Like, Danny, let's just wait till the first one comes out, all right? It's been a year since it's been delayed. And then the second one, Double Dragon. I know everybody laughing behind the scenes that actually knows this, right? I'm hoping Tekken. Turtles? Could it be Turtles? Could it be a little TMNT action? Could we have two companies doing a TMNT? Holy moly. All speculation, right? I'm hoping for Tekken. Tekken's where it's at for me, but I could see John doing something different. Who knows, right? It's gonna be really cool either way. It's gonna be cool either way.
Can't believe my eyes.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Israel's already got the countdown going on. 37 days, 6 hours, 59 minutes, and 55 seconds till Iconic releases its Street Fighter Extreme Calves. Wow, I mean, is it that soon? 37 days? That's dope. Thank you for putting that on there, because that actually brings it in a retrospective of how like crazy this is gonna be. How cool. That's awesome. I'll take it. 37 days away, man. That's crazy. We've waited so long, right? I hope that they can flip right away and start pressing forward Double Dragon like immediately. That'd be dope. We got to fill out this arcade, my guys. We got to fill it out. B Kirby is the mad Tim York. Thank you so much, man. 100%. Oh, Robert Brown finishing off made his last payment for the GRSFU. So that's going to be another cool option for those of you in the community. I kind of figured big. But bug would be Alien versus Predator. That would be funny. Alien versus Predator would be dope. You think now that Iconic already has that dynamo shape, they may or may not, how much does it cost to develop that, right? Maybe it's a little bit cheaper, reskin it, put a different games lineup in there, and you got something already, you got something else. With that Taito, Arc System Works, Double Dragon cab, it's a little bit different, right? I don't know other cabinets that maybe had that shape. We'll see. Dream Fighter from Billy Woods Mods would be the Virtual Fighter. Polygons are the shit. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if you're gonna, I know a lot of people say like fighter fatigue. I'm not a fighter guy. There's a whole bunch of other games to get. I understand that, right? But fighting games were a big thing like in the 90s, man. And there were a lot of options, and I want to have a lot of options of those in my arcade. I also want shoot 'em ups in my arcade. I want beat 'em ups, of course. I want shooters. I want drivers. I want it all, right? Like obviously that's what we're here for, right? We want to be able to collect all these cool things. So yeah, this would be a cool option. I'd be excited. Honestly, I'd be excited for a lot of anything, right? I just new and exciting stuff hopefully is on the horizon, and I'm very geared up and ready to cover it with you guys and collect it. Cover and collect it with you guys. Let's go. Yeah, Alien vs Predator was in Big Blue Caps. It wasn't in like a Dynamo or anything. So um they would have to kind of design the Big Blue, which I mean, would you at this point? Because like what other cabs? And there's a lot of cabs because you could put Alpha 2 in there. You could put you could put anything in there. All these cabs are kind of hodgepodge, right? You could put the Street Fighter Alpha 3, but they've already kind of made that. So do you reskin in that? Do you do totally something different? I don't know. I don't see Alien versus Predator on that horizon. I don't. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think we all are at that point too. MKXL. I think a lot of people realize that. I think Spreetail knows that. I think a lot of people do understand that this is something that we want. Even though I'm not like a huge Mortal Kombat guy, right? But just that form factor would be dope. And then just having it in your homework, like you gotta have a Mortal Kombat cap, right? Just be stupid not to. It's an iconic franchise, right? You gotta have all the bangers, right? You just have to. Not too much a pipe dream from what's kind of been rumored out there. I know John really wants to press forward and go after Sega, so I think that's a very very viable possibility. Remember when that Media One Up trailer first came out? There was Sega in there, right? There was Sega stuff in there. So who knows? Again, could it be leading you off the rabbit trail? I don't know, but we'll see what Iconic Arcade really has in their pocket and at their disposal. Um, for making new and exciting things. I think we would all be a part of that. I think both companies are going to do new and exciting. That's just what I think. And I think if we were to get anything that's like remade, like a Turtles cap, for example, it's going to be done way better. Like in that form factor, it's just going to be done right. Now, Basic Fun, I don't know. I got to see more of that because they were kind of all over the place with their render of or their prototype of Turtles. There was a lot going on there. But yeah, true. End of line, with Capcom, this being like a Capcom collection, maybe Alien versus Predator would be downloadable. We'll see. I know they're kind of going that route, which is cool. It's really cool because essentially you're gonna have a ton of multicades in your arcade, but you'll still have that artwork and that form factor, which is huge, right? That's something that like the ALU, the AtGames Legends Ultimate, just doesn't give you that nostalgia for, right? Really cool products and can offer a lot, but it doesn't have that nostalgic shape or artwork to it. So yeah, JP says, yeah, MK Extreme is my vote too for the third cab from Iconic. Not bad. I was pondering whether I should get, and I need your guys' inspiration here. So if I do this, should I eventually down the road, remember this will have yellow T molding. So do I get this, mod it into like a, Marvel superheroes, X-Men versus Street Fighter, type cabinet to have all the Marvel games on there, the Marvel fighting games, right? I think that would be really cool. I don't know if any company's going to come out with that. That would be really cool. I'm telling you, that would be really cool. So I'm thinking about doing that. We'll see. Vic Vicious says, with all the Street Fighter caps coming soon, imagine John D and Iconic shocking the world and releasing MK, MK2, MK3, MK4 cabs. Holy cow. I don't know if you'd go like, it would be really cool, like an MK3 Ultimate. That would be dope. But I don't know what you do because again, Iconic has mentioned before that like we're not going to really touch titles that other companies may or may not have. So I think if Arcade 1-Up kind of has that, I don't think anybody's going to be barking up that tree. I think you might have to just wait. But who knows? Home arcade, the hobby changes daily, right? So who knows? At the end of the day, we're just literally here step by step and to report that kind of happenings and breaking news, right? That comes through the pipeline. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna touch that. I could see them doing. There's been a lot of turtle stuff coming up, and I could see where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, Wonderland acquired it. Maybe this is something easy to acquire. I don't know. AtGames has it now. Basic Fun has it. Could Iconic make their version? I would like a 2-player extreme, but maybe a 4-player extreme, right? So could that be on the table, right? Who knows? I would really like a Tekken. I know that's something Arcade 1-Up was trying to do back in the day. And where there's smoke, there's fire. Could Iconic do that? That would be dope. That'd be something new. I know it's a fighter, but it's something new. And it's something I would love to have in my home arcade. The titles are infinity, though, guys. And I think we kind of just look at what's in front of us. So if something is released, leaked, we're talking about it. Like, I don't think Double Dragon was really on anybody's radar, but since it's here and we can see it and it looks beautiful, I think that's something that, like, whoa, I got to add this to my crate. This looks awesome, right? So it's going to be like the here and the now of what is going to be made and what could be built in our collection, right? So we'll see. Yeah, Turtles is the new Pac-Man. Trust me, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have Turtles than Pac-Man, because I'm just so sick of Pac-Man. I have my Pac-Man XL. I love it. I do play it. But that'll be there, but no more Pac-Man. We've that's the complete Pac-Man. We don't need anymore. We don't need anymore. Sir Sega, and by the way, Chaotic BPR, how are you? Let us in the chat know where you're at with your build on your racing rig here. Today, I finally built my 1-Up Street Fighter 2 Big Blue. I've had it sitting in the garage for 2 years. Sir Sega, what are you doing? You've had it sitting for 2 years? Did you not have the room? What's going on? You got to sit in front of that cab, right? You got to sit in front of it. So that Darkstalkers is essentially the same cabinet. It's the Big Blue. I got the Big Blue guts in there, but it's just a better form factor in my opinion, right? Got the slanted deck, nice, and you got the Darkstalk, the Darkstalkers mod that we did. So the volume, though, it's really weak. It's weak in that cab too, but the volume is really weak. You got to crank it up. But yeah, it's not a bad looking cab at all. It's hugely moddable. I mean, you got to get the speaker grill covers, even like the Q sound sticker. I'm trying to go start to bottom here. You got to get like a Bobby Fu deck or a 99 Lives deck 100% for that, where they got that big blue deck coming out. You got to put a coin door on it, light it up. Inline Joel riser 100%. Like, there's a lot of modding to do with that cab if you really want to take it to the nth degree. It could really look cool. I've seen some people do like that stick out from the kick plate part that a traditional Big Blue has. A couple wood slats and and an insert there. Looks phenomenal, right? So it looks pretty cool. Yeah, we got a halfway there from Chaotic, halfway done. See? Trying to keep you entertained here while I can. So Sega, yeah, I finally made enough room. It's halfway to a Punisher cab. I just need a cider and the control panel overlay. Oh, that's cool. So you're going to make a Punisher. We've seen that a couple times. Will H, he modded his into a Punisher. It looks gorgeous. Really cool stuff. Yeah, that'll look really cool when it's done. You'll have to share that in the CornerCade crew Discord. We'll have to share that so we can see some pictures, because that'll be dope. Vic wants to know, he's using his networking skills. Who can steer me towards a 1-Up Big Blue cabin E3? Sir Sagan's got one. He's modding it, though. Yeah, you should have took advantage of that old Red Cross charity event sale. That's where I got mine. We got it for $150. It was beautiful. I had a lot of fun with it. We ended up selling it. We sold that and Terminator to get Time Crisis. So we had to make some moves. Time Crisis was really expensive. Didn't want to part with both of those, but we kind of brought it back in the Darkstalkers mod. Terminator would be really cool to have back. Kind of miss that cab, actually. I know it's the one game, but it's a really cool game. And it's something that I kind of miss going to. We really like, my daughter likes playing it. There's a bunch of shorts on her when she was really small, playing it with my wife. My wife loved playing it. So that was one that I didn't want to see go, but Time Crisis is better than Terminator. That's a hot take right there. I know, but it's better. And plus it has more replayability value. There are more games on there, right? Steel Gunner. So there's more, Point Blank. There's just more games that I could have enjoyed on that. But I would like to have Terminator back. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be really cool to see like an XL version of Terminator, right? A little wider, deeper. Maybe you can mount the guns, maybe not. That would be really cool to see. Just a bigger, beefier version of that. I would take that. Chalada Love is in the house, man. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. There's a lot of pinball streams at lunchtime. Always check him out. If you guys want to check him out, he's got a channel. Always doing good things with the pinball community. You missed our pinball segment, Charlotta. You're gonna have to rewatch. We covered a little AtGames action, guys. I think that's it. I think we've covered it all. Shout outs to Ezekiel, Vic Vicious, and B Kirby lighting it up in the chat, getting the chat hyped. Chat, are you still with me?
Let's go. Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Dig it.
That's great. Super. Excellent. Triumph or die.
This is what I'm talking about, baby.
Party.
I can't wait for this. These Street Fighter games that come out, I'm going to be hyped. I'm going to be excited. Guys, you want to say anything else before we get out of here? Check your Discord, Danny. I will after the show, my man. I will. Thank you so much, man, for dropping some. I'm sure you're going to put the modding in there. We know you, Sir Sega. I appreciate it. I always like to see people's mod. They get inspired by you guys in the community, and hopefully we can inspire you and to do the same and build our home arcades to be great. Please let Iconic make 9 cents shooter cabs and racing cabs. I know Basic Fun, maybe they got a little bit ahead of themselves, but they promised Supreme shooters and drivers. That's something that was brought up in that podcast back in January. I would bet my bottom dollar that Iconic will be doing the same, guys. Where there's smoke, there's fire. When other companies are doing things, you're going to do them as well. So trust me on that. I can guarantee you will see some XL shooters and XL drivers, or Supremes and Extremes, however you want to say it, right? But it's going to be dope, and it's going to be cool, and we're going to be right there with you guys, adding it to our home arcade, enjoying it, and having fun, because I can't wait for it. There's going to be a lot of cool things for sure. No, I think we didn't unlock the second Arnold Palmer, but I still got mine. I got to get something to eat, guys. I'm starving. My stomach is sucking itself out. I appreciate everybody coming by. I missed a lot of. What did I miss? Dinner? But we had a really good talk, guys. I miss you guys so much. We'll be here next week doing the same thing over and over again. Much like Israel, I'm gonna have to hold you to this. I need an updated ticker counter for when that Iconic arcade comes out. So you gotta update us on the day, the time, the minute, the hour. I love it. So we'll have an updated. It's 7 days, so we'll be 30 days and counting. That will be cool. So guys, let me know all your thoughts about the show in the comments down below. What you think about the AtGames price increase? I think I'm gonna have to go over and buy a couple pinball packs, and yeah, we're gonna have to get that before the price goes up. Scared stiff? And I'm not scared stiff. No, but I was told to get scared stiff, so we'll probably get that one for sure. You guys never steered me wrong in the wrong direction. Iconic Arcade coming in hot with a video. We were able to break that down, guys. Really cool stuff all around. Really positive. I want to see the Alpha 2 cabinet built. That's my personal preference. Let's get that light bleed fixed. Is it too late to add real sticks in? Probably. So we'll have to mod it. That'll be another video. We'll have some fun doing that. And then BuyStuffArcades. They got a mod for you for the WrestleFest Ultra from Basic Fun. Is it the one that you're looking for, though? It's kind of pricey. $50 would have been perfect to just give me those 2 games, and that's it. I know things happen. You gotta just offer more bang for the buck. I'm sure the parts and components that they use are not cheap either. Guys, let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments down below. Guys, give this video a like on your way out. Thank you, everybody, for having this be another killing, rocking show. I'm gonna go get some food. Probably play my arcades. Not together because I don't want to spill food on there, but you get the point, right? You go enjoy yours. Chaotic, go finish that dang racing rig and have some fun, guys. And we will see everyone here next week in the next one. Peace.